same lengths as you see Supahsemmie push the character.
Yeah, or Zenyu, for example. I think
Exactly.
I think
Zenyu
these two
very
players,
strong as well.
man, I think nobody does it better in terms of combos. Anyway, speaking of combos, Corrin is pretty easy to combo. Getting a hold of the grab, a little bit harder.
For sure, and we see game 1 go to Town and City. One of those stages on which Mario can get ladders relatively easily. So while usually the stage is relatively evenish, at the end of the day, when Mario gets one of those ladder combos on the platform, that is going to be the end. And right there we saw a mix-up already. Semmie thinking that Space was going to DI out to avoid the platform for the combo, going for a forward smash after down throw. But Space instead DIing up towards the platform. Supahsemmie not ready for that.
So now it's back in Final Destination mode. Does Mario prefer this or does Corrin prefer this?
See, the thing about this mode is that it just makes the game that much more volatile. It can be really hard for Corrin to land into Mario. On the other hand, the opposite is true as well. However, the platforms, I will say, in the end, in my opinion, are a boon for Corrin more than anything, allowing her to land without any risk of getting up smashed or grabbed.
And of course, she has a great time juggling people, even when they're trying to get on the platform because of the huge up air.
Exactly, that is going to sweep all the way around over the platform, and that is going to be a punishment.
Yeah, nowhere to go. When you see the flame pillar come diagonally down, you know he was in the furthest corner possible. But of course, he does have some nice percentage on space. It's not too much, but it's definitely kill worthy.
We are nearing up smash percentages for sure. And look at that, the back throw is definitely going to push Space all the way into those percentages. Look at that, the dash attack gonna try to catch Space to sleep on the wheel, but he's definitely not.
Thing is, if you're late with the juggle, you really can't stall close to Corrin as you would with other characters because of that huge snare box.
Look at that combo by Space, utilizing those platforms very, very well. And once Corrin does have that rage and a little bit of a stock lead, those early percent combos are going to be, they're going to get opened up as an option that much earlier due to the rage.
And she does have some fantastic early percent combos.
Yep, as we saw Space utilize right there. However, Semmie already nearly evening it up. Look at that, all the up airs in the world, and it is going to be a pretty much even game. Space, however, a lot of momentum. A little bit of pressure, but that neutral B is going to be low priority, is going to get beaten out by the down air by Mario.
Yeah, even a single hit's going to be enough.
Nice grab, down throw, and
down air, yes.
Optimal convert, not going to be a kill though.
No. If he had a little bit more range, that definitely would have been. It's really strange, man. Those down throw, up air, down airs, like, feels horrible to dive into those, you know?
They're extremely strong. However, they should never kill an opponent if they DI correctly. Ooh, down air, landing down air, and no follow-up by Semmie. He was not quite confident. However, no pin follow-up either, but there it is. Not quite 100% on the DI, but Supahsemmie is still living. And now it's definitely scary for both of these players.
Oh, excellent read.
At that, yeah, the jump getting scouted out by up air right there. Space taking that game 1 after a little bit of a deficit, staying composed as Semmie tried to mount a comeback.
So what's the player history between these two guys?
Oh, Semmie is definitely Space's demon at bigger tournaments.
However,
just yesterday, Space did beat Semmie quite confidently.
Okay.
3-0 at a local. So let's see if he can carry on that momentum into the set today. However, Semmie has been looking extremely strong, getting it in all the way to last hit. However, both of these characters extremely strong at last hit situations. Both of these characters have a kill throw. Both of these characters have an extremely strong attack that can get those kills around 130 without a problem, especially on Town of City. And as we can see, Semmie so confident in the stage, very happy to go back.
And ladder.
There's the ladder, but the back air, good DI by Space, forcing Semmie to go for that back air. Semmie getting the damage, going to take that because he does not have much of a choice. And he is going to take a little bit of an early lead right
So now
here.
we're back on FD mode. I feel like Space has been doing a lot of damage whenever he gets Semmie at the ledge, you know. Of course, Corrin is known for being a pretty great ledge strapper.
Look at those juggles, very rough for Semmie. He cannot land too far out of Corrin because Corrin's range kind of invalidates Mario's landing options. However,
it's weird, you know, if you drift away, you just might need a forward smash, but
exactly.
It's not like you can drift in her.
Exactly, and that is the issue that we see Semmie struggling with. But once he does land back on the ground, look at that. He is going to take that stock. He is going to punish the kick on the side B. And look at that, already a little bit of a juggle, a little bit of ambiguous DI on the counter, but Semmie is going to make it out alive.
I think the main thing when it comes to trying to get down out of Corrin juggles is timing mix-ups more so than placement mix-ups, you know?
Exactly, and that is one thing that Semmie is really good at. However, Once Space is on point, he just definitely has the cars in hand. And talking about having the cars in hand, like, look at
Wow.
this. Semmie finding that back air, almost killing before 100. Up smash, an attempt to catch the jump, but Space is definitely going to wait that out. Not too eager, and the up throw is going to even up the stock count. However, percentage is definitely looking grim for Space.
Yeah, it is definitely Semmie's game to lose as he brings Space back to the ledge, but fortunately for Space, he can just use the platform to get back, avoiding...
Exactly, avoiding all of Mario's juggling options. As I've mentioned before, that platform landing is extremely strong for Corrin in this matchup.
especially here, because the platforms are so high up, you know?
It's very hard for Mario to get there for sure, even though he does have an amazing down air for platform pressure. Balloon getting popped by Space, trying to make it off the ledge. Semmie, so much pressure, so much confidence, using those empty jumps to force Space into an option, then trying to counter it. No cigar on the trump, and this juggle situation.
Wow,
Getting
okay.
defused by the cape of all things.
I don't know why, but Semmie just kind of uses cape as a landing option sometimes, and more credit to him because he seems to make it work.
Works,
but
yep.
I just don't understand.
And the up smash on the pin startup, that is definitely one of those things that Semmie likes to do, is using that flood to make it that you cannot just press buttons like side B, because it does still move you up, which prevents you from hitting onto the ground. And then when Corrin does not have side B anymore, it's a lot easier to approach her frontally. And when you do approach her frontally,
I imagine it feels very awkward for a Corrin to just kind of hang there just above the ground, you know?
well, even if she gets flooded on the ground, that momentum gets carried with her. And as soon as she triggers side B,
Yeah.
she will simply not pin into the ground,
Yeah.
even if she gets hit on the ground by flood. So it is definitely a little bit awkward right there. However, nice grab by Space. Going to find that through the walling that Semmie tries to set up. No early combos quite yet, but that is going to land true. A little bit of a misinput, unfortunate.
Still, 45%, you know, take that all the way to the bank.
Let's see if he does as much. Semmie finding the roll, reacting very well with that dash grab. Not much of a confirm, but now that the platforms are gone.
That was it, baby.
Yeah.
That should have been a lock.
Down throw. And he caught the jump. He caught the jump, but he was a little bit too patient. Space taking the initiative in his own hands.
Yeah, he was definitely looking for the air dodge there, so good on Space for recovering high.
Both of these players, such mind games and such a lead for Space. And that is definitely...
Okay, we don't even need to pin it to the ground when you get those.
Not at that range, my friend. Not at that range. Semmie a little bit ill-advised there on the flood. And when this kind of lead goes to either character in this matchup, that is a very big mountain to climb for the opponent. Semmie really wants to end this stock quickly before a lead can mount up, but there it is. Already a punish by Space, recognizing that eagerness that Semmie has to close the game. Trying to use that up smash that is going to be punished as per usual by Corrin.
Nice little B-reverse. And it looks like Space is mounting a lead that is slowly becoming, well, I won't say insurmountable, but
it definitely is
a rough job.
really rough in this matchup. However, Semmie finally gets that kill, and if he gets a little bit of those early percentages on Space's stock, he can start his Mario combos, and that's definitely what he wants to do as soon as possible.
Wow, okay. Just get up attacking the shield, you know, no fear.
Ooh, the grounded pin, that is definitely a scary, scary thing to deal with. Semmie needs to get those early percents going. Nice reshield by Space, gonna get the power shield, however, not much of a result. Once again, scouting that jump, and Space with the early up air, and Semmie not ready to DI it.
Yeah, and of course Semmie has always been more of a jumper than an air dodger anyway.
For sure, for sure.
So that's probably a little bit of player matchup coming in there. So that leaves us at a 2-0 or 2-1?
2-1 favor Semmie, and I'm really curious to see where Space wants to go for the stage. Okay, there it is, Dreamland 64. Definitely going to give him constant access to those platforms, which is going to greatly help Semmie land. Especially that top platform is going to be a big, big deal.
And of course, it's also going to be cool to see how far you can extend his combos with those. But you need to get the grab first, and so far, oh
no jab lock, because it is Dreamland that is going to be a concave.
But he was aware of it enough to instantly go for the grab instead.
Exactly, he has the follow-up ready. Using that platform, but no reward for Space there, getting triple up aired for his trouble.
I feel like it's a very weird situation when we got Corrin on the platform and Mario underneath, because on paper we know Mario's in the advantage, but you know, you're still so hesitant to try and get her.
It's true, once you do get hit by that Nair, especially on the platform, Corrin gets so much damage, so much pressure, so much, you know, just advantage, momentum, and everything she would like to have versus Mario. That said, Semmie is a very patient player. He's definitely ready to wait for you to pull that Nair trigger and then punish the landing leg on the platform. Power shield on the fair, using a fast fall shield. Semmie knows about the forward smash, knows that if he lands away from Corrin, he needs to mix up his landing timing as to knock a forward smash or side B. Oh. Nice up B, gonna avoid the worst, just gonna take a little bit of a hit.
Yeah, he's been in a disadvantage for a long time though, so thanks to super jump punch, he's gonna get down. Let's see if he can take the stock here. No, he's, yes, he can!
Finally one of those up smashes hitting. He's been looking for those all set and none of them have been connecting, but right now, Semmie was on point with that read, and he is going to take that early stock. And if Space does not get the revenge kill, that is going to be, as I've mentioned before, it's just going to be such a big deal.
Well, one upper should do it at this point. Oh, he's already looking for it.
No cigar so far for Space, but no combos either for Semmie. And Semmie, look at that. He's definitely looking for it, but he's always, every single time, he's just a little bit too slow on the trigger when those spoilers just do come out. And a little bit of a lead here. Is that going to be enough? Dreamland is going to help Mario survive. Such stage control by Semmie, knowing that he was safe to go for anything that could be pin punished. But
yeah, and great reaction by Space there on that very weird get-up option, wall jump air dodge.
Yep, but Space was ready. Rising up air, a combo starter indeed, not one you see often coming out from Mario players.
I feel like Semmie has, when he's been in the lead, dropped a combo or two in the game in particular. But even in neutral, he just has a lot more control than he did in the past, so I guess it's all good. Okay, there it is again. Nice power shield by Supahsemmie. Of course, you're not going to punish it otherwise, so well done to him.
Semmie barely outspacing the pin and then punishing the pin jump, and is going to get a punish on hit after the down air as well. Only 34%, and Space is rapidly nearing those up smash percentages. Look at that. 120,
I think
123.
I think very soon we're going to see the up smashes and the forward smashes come out.
There it is. But the pin does outrange that up smash, and it is going to help Space launch a little bit of a percentage.
Mario has been dropping out of so many pins. Like, what?
That is because of the spacing game that Semmie plays. When you do close in on Corrin, it's just not worth it for her anymore to use that pin, because more often than not the hilt will hit. And if you do get the pin, people will just fall out of the second hit. However, that's one of the things why side B into grab is just not, it's just not a mix-up. It's just not. And Semmie knows that. Semmie knows how to play his ranges. And just like that, he shows his prowess versus Corrin. Down tilt and to the air dodge read up air.
We don't even need to dunk him, you know. At a 180.
That is definitely ripe for the pickings. Mario, enough kill power in those areas to kill by land.
And that really means you've been consistently outplaying your opponent. If you play versus Corrin and you take her up to 180 and you're still well in the lead, you know.
Exactly. You're not getting
you see
killed
so
early
many
by the side
damage and early kills, stuff like that. You really need to win a big portion of neutral to get those kind of numbers.
So here we are, game 5, back to Town City. Space is picked here.
What do you think about it?
Let's see if Space, he was the most dominant player in the early games. However, Semmie winning that last game, that is going to give him momentum. That is going to.
And here comes the combo, man. This should be big. This should be big.
No double jump, not going to land on the platform. However, a little bit of a mix-up situation on that middle platform. Semmie consistently outspacing, and here it is. Not quite a kill, but a lot of damage there.
If he would have gotten the reverse hit there, it might have well been a kill.
But Space DI'd well enough to not get hit by the reverse hit whatsoever. Gets a nice little grab. It's very important to grab versus Mario. I don't do it enough. Space, really good grab.
Got a little Freudian slip from Gamses.
A little bit of,
that's what's really on his mind.
Exactly. Space playing this extremely well. However, Semmie, this really goes to show how strong of a player he is. In what is effectively an even matchup, it can be really rough for Mario to get past those disjoints, but once he does, man, such a great damage potential.
I think it's one of those classic type of matchups that's basically even or just a slight advantage.
It's
but
basically
it's a
even.
lot easier to it's a lot harder to learn for one than the other.
As we saw in the past, the one who gets the momentum first wins, and just like that, great punish. A little bit slow on the reaction by Space, not really recognizing Semmie's adjustment on the spacing, but he reads the normal getup with the confidence of 1,000 suns. Just like that, the neutral B is going to end that stock early.
This should be another Supahsemmie combo, but he drops it instantly.
At those early percents, he's not going to get much out of it. Space already looking good on his second stock. Semmie trying to play it real slow, trying to sneak those backers in, but as soon as he does, Space is just there with the answer. Look at those forward airs, look at that up air covering the entire platform. Just nowhere to go for Semmie.
Yeah, and he had it all, man. He had it all early in the game, and now it's just juggle after juggle. Actually, getting put well into the hourglass already.
That's sad. One grab for Semmie at these percents. These are looking like the magic percents for those nice combos using that up tilt. Oh, the rising up air, trying to get a combo started just like that. Not quite going to be it, though. Semmie knows his ranges. He knows when he needs to strike and when he should disengage. And that's so important versus Corrin, because Corrin, if you do not respect her, she will nair you. And after nair hits, she will up air you. And after up air hits, she will juggle you.
And that's what we've been seeing so far, man. And he doesn't get any more leeway. This is 2-2. He has to do one of those crazy combos we know him for right now, or he's probably gonna catch
that's definitely possible in Tana City. Here it is. One up air, nothing more, but Space a little bit antsy on the landing. The downer is going to go unpunished, though.
Oh, the beatball, and that's it!
He angled it up just like that. Semmie with the hardest call-out of 2018.
I didn't even think he could get hit right now. You know, he was jumping, but he just blasted his